drop the DIY, drop the dupes, drop everything, because I'm here to tell you how you can get that Michael Kors bag, or the shoes, or the part, like anything Michael Kors, or anything Coach, or anything Gianni beanie, whatever. I could tell you how to get all that stuff, but it's all about spending the money at the right time, if you know what I mean. So, you know, just stop looking at the DIYs, stop looking at the bougie on a budget videos, which you can, but you know, it ends up being DIY. First off, you need to save your money. Always save, because when you save your money, you create more opportunities for you to stop eating at Starbucks. Make your own coffee at home. If you don't want to save any money, or if you want to, you know, splurge on yourself a little bit, you can still afford really nice luxury items from Dillard's, and it's really not that hard, and a lot of people make it harder than what it really is, but it's all about discount sales. I'm going to talk a little bit about everything that I've noticed at Dillard's and how you can get really good price stuff. So once a month we do markdowns, so that's trying to get the stuff that we had from, you know, winter, and we're trying to get rid of, so we mark them down and we bump them down, and we get ready for like the spring items. They'll push it from the front of the section, and they'll either put them off to the side or they'll push them off to the back. I know with purses, we do these shelves, and it has a bunch of wallets, or has a bunch of purses, or it has a bunch of mixed items in with it. That's the clearance rack. And plus, if the purses are hanging on, like, you know, the T-racks, or that's what I call it, a T-rack, and they're hanging down from their handles, that is on clearance. With Coach and Michael Kors, they stay in these like circular areas. These are behind the glass cases. One, because they're the most, I wouldn't say the most expensive, because Kate Spade is actually more expensive than Michael's, but it's not a popular demand. People don't like Kate Spade's look. They rather go for the Michael Kors purses, because Michael Kors is a hot item right now. So Michael Kors is actually not that expensive. If anything, there's more expensive purses outside of the cases than there are inside the cases. One, because nobody wants that name brand. People are wanting the name Michael Kors, and they want the name Coach. That's the only two names that they actually care about, and that are actually not the most expensive purses in there. People buy stuff because of the name. They want others to know that they have that Michael Kors, or they have that Coach. You think they're behind a case because they're expensive, but it's actually because they're the most popular item out there. And that's what kind of really cracks me up, because people come to the cases and they're like, oh my gosh, that is so expensive, but then they go outside of the cases and go on the wall and they see that these purses are 10 times more expensive. And what cracks me up is Brahmin is more expensive than Michael Kors, because it's alligator skin, it's not leather. Well, it's alligator skin, it's not cowhide leather, but people will look past that because it's not their style and it's not a high demand. People want the Michael Kors and the Coach because of the name and the style of bag. So does that make sense? So when you go to Michael Kors, check every single bag and see how much that bag is, because some bags are like super big duffel bags and you think that they're going to be expensive, but sometimes it's the smaller bags that are a little bit more expensive because they have more detailing in them, or fancier type of material somewhere in there. So it just kind of depends on the bag. How do you read the signs, whether you know it's 65, 40% off, or anything like that? There's always these signs. There's the main sign, which will be like kind of like a metal frame, and it will be in the metal frame, and sometimes it will say 40% off original price. Some may say 30% off original price. Some may say 60% off original price. Some may say 70% off original price. You never know. It just depends on what the brand wants you to make it. You know what I mean? So, for example, Michael Kors, their travel bags right now are 40% off. So, it was a little frame and it said 40% off original price. So that means it was $400. So 40% off, $400. So it was probably like over $80 taken off, over $100 maybe, over $160 maybe. I don't know, I can't do the math. But I do know that now they're $238. So they were $400, now they're $238. So I think that's way more than, that's almost $200 off. And like, it's so much more affordable, so much better. And before we had the 40% off original price, there was a little bitty tag over the frame because we put in the slot that fits into the frame, but we call it the topper. And so it will have another little note on the top saying plus 65% off. So like a week or two ago, the bags were 40% off original price in the actual frame, and then above the frame in the little topper, it said 65% off on, like, also 65% off or something like that. So when you see both of the percents, that means that both of those percents combined, or like it'll say 65% off or 40% off original price, so $238 plus 65% off, which was like $147. So not only travel bags were 40% off plus another 65% off, but even regular Coach, or well, Coach and Michael Kors purses were also 40% off original price, and then another 65% off that. And you can buy two purses, and both purses individually get 40% off and another 65% off individually. So you can buy two purses for like way over, you know, 100% off altogether. So that's what another thing that kind of just trips me out. You just gotta shop at the right time, and you have to know when the discounts are like at its peak and when it's time to get a new bag. And a lot of people, one of their things is, well, I can't wear that year round because I know that's a winter bag. But people who say that, it's because they come in at a later time, or they come in towards the end of the sale, because normally the sales last a whole week, and you want to be there the first day that the sales go on, because the first day is going to be most of the items that have been there all year. So last year's summer items, last year's winter items, last year's spring items, those are going to be discounted, but those are going to be the first ones that go away. So you got to be at the sales on the first day or on the second day even, because people will see it the first day and not know there's a sale going on, and they come back the next day and get it. So you kind of have to be smart, and this is why emails are important. So when you get asked if you like emails, get the emails. You can always unsubscribe if you absolutely can't shop, but I would get the emails anyways, just so that one day that you so happen to have money, there might be a sale going on, and that would be perfect. So yeah, I know there was a whole bunch of Michael Kors purses for like $80, and there was a whole bunch of Coach purses for like $80, $60. So it just, you have to be there at the right time, and that's, as like, I can't stress that enough. So another thing is like the watches. They were 40% off plus another 65% off that. So when people were coming in, they're like, oh, I can't afford it, it's like $144. And I had to sit there and remind them constantly, like, hey, like, you have, or I don't know if you read the signs, but you know, we are having a special going on. I would tell them about the special, and they would literally like light up and like, oh my goodness, like, are you serious? Because they never got the emails, they never wanted the emails, they didn't want to get spammed or anything like that. They came just to look. And that's another thing that gets me when you're when you're a sales associate at Dillard's, when people tell you, oh, I'm just looking around, just say, okay, well, just to let you know, we do have this sale going on, because they think that you're there to bug them, and you're there to like bug them about, you know, spending more money than what they want to spend in there. But me as a sales associate, I let them know that there's sales going on, and that's what sales associates should do. You shouldn't be afraid. You should not be afraid to like bug your customers. You should bug them that, hey, like, you're in the store right now just to look, but I'm here to tell you that you can save a lot of money. Instead of you thinking about getting that $150, you know, Coach bag, you know, there's one over here that's $80. And people don't know. They look at the, what is it, the cases that I was talking about with the Michael Kors and the Coaches and their separate little areas with the counters. The front of the counters sometimes are the ones that are not on sale. So you go to the back of the counters and those are the purses that are on sale. So that's another thing that you have to think about is, you know, ask the sales associates, hey, where's your sales rack? Don't be afraid. Just watch the signs, watch the 65, like watch the percent signs. If there's two, most likely that whole entire thing is going to be for that one item. If you get multiple items, every single discount happens to each individual item, unless it's another sales promotion going on that day where you have to buy a whole bunch to get one item, or you buy a whole bunch and you get it all marked off down. So I think this video is going on a little bit too long. It's already been 20 minutes and I still haven't had gotten my laptop yet, and hopefully I get the laptop this Thursday so I can have longer videos. But I'm gonna sit here, cut this. Hopefully this helped a lot of you. I hope that y'all know that y'all can actually be bougie on a budget without doing DIYs that will end up being torn or broken the next couple of days. This way you can still get the designer things that you love, but you can afford them at a nice price and not break your bank. So I hope this helped, and stop the DIYs, please. Just go and do your research on discounts and sales and when will be the perfect time for you to go shopping, okay? So, thank you for watching, and I hope this helped y'all. Bye!